So most of the time when I am talking on this channel about someone who is being inappropriate with their young fans, I'm talking about men. I have talked extensively about men like Tony Lopez, Minilad, Onision, and so many more who have all taken it upon themselves to cross that very visible, very easy to see line that is a boundary between content creator and fan. And while it might seem like this is because I have a personal bias in the situation, seeing as I am a woman, it truly is not. There just genuinely seem to be less examples of the opposite occurring, at least in terms of public accusations that are spread. It seems like that men are more likely to cross that boundary to put their own fans in harm's way over women. But while it happens less with women, that is not to say it doesn't happen at all. And today, we are going to talk about it. Because Zoe Laverne has recently crossed that same boundary, that same line, that so many other guys on this platform have crossed before her. And it's gross, it's disgusting, and it's super not okay. Hey guys, it's Shannon, and before I get into the meat and chunky mashed potatoes that is this video, I do want to quickly do a creator shout out. For those of you who have been here for a while, you know that whenever I start watching a new creator or whenever I pretty much feel like it, I will let you guys know about channels that I have currently been watching that I think are the bee's knees. And today, I am going to be doing that, this time with a channel known as Cringy. I know that is not me calling that channel cringy or the content cringy. The channel's literal name is Cringy, and it's run by a girl named Charlie who seems like an amazing all-around person. Cringy is a channel that currently sits at 6,000 subscribers, but really deserves a whole heck of a lot more in my opinion. She talks about assorted amount of topics, from the ethics of fixing art, drama in the YouTube community, and more nuanced discussions of serious topics. And her content is well researched and great. She also is not the type to drag on in videos just for the sake of making a longer video. She is concise, she is to the point, she is smart, which is more than I can say about myself. So like 10 out of 10 for her channel. She also has this general vibe around her that puts me and the viewers, I guess, at ease, and it's just very cool to listen to. She recently went through her own bout of drama, wherein because of her coverage of things going on with the YouTuber and content creator Dissociated, people thought that she was somehow dissociated, even though she very clearly is not and is a whole ass other person, and it was a whole kerfuffle which basically amounted to people making up a conspiracy theory about her and then tried to dox her because they were being obsessive and weird. All in all, it wasn't a great situation. In fact, it seemed incredibly stressful seeing as she is a private person who doesn't have her photo on the internet, who was having people scream at her and threatening to find her private information and dox her, and it generally was just terrible all around. I watch her channel and I genuinely enjoy what she makes, so if you are looking for a new talented, interesting person to watch and to subscribe to, I highly, highly, highly recommend her. I am going to be linking her in the description down below, so if you feel at all compelled to, please go check her and her YouTube out. She deserves all the success in the world. Oh, and also, I forgot, she does have an Etsy shop where she makes these adorable little plushies, so check those out as well, they will be linked below. Now, with all of that positivity said and done, let's get into this video, where we are talking about how Zoe Laverne, the 19-year-old adult TikTok star, is being called out for kissing a 13-year-old child fan of hers and trying to have a romantic relationship with that 13-year-old child, which is also known as grooming him, which, in case you didn't know, is gross. Oh, and don't worry, if you think these are just accusations and they haven't been confirmed, there is a video of it, which was apparently released by a hacker who got her ex-boyfriend stuff, who she accused of multiple different things, but that is a whole different situation. We will not be getting into that. Again, I think I said in my last video or my second to last video that I try to stay away from TikTok related issues because it's a cesspool, but the people who do cover it, believe me, they make well over 6 figures. I was flexed on pretty hard. Like, just going over the diss tracks, the feuds, all of it, everything related to TikTok. These people have no social lives, but you can bet their bottom dollar that they can put their dogs through college. But again, this is an entire thing that we will not be getting into because today we are only going to be discussing the fact that this whole ass, adult ass woman, full on, groomed a 13-year-old and how that is not okay. The same way it's not okay when a man does it. Remember when James Charles was 19 and he got accused of being a sexual predator with literally no evidence and no basis, and everyone jumped down his throat and everyone and their dogs got mad at him and came after him? I personally would love to see you guys up in arms because we have literal evidence this time, and I don't want to see any bias from this situation simply because she's a cisgendered white woman. You hear me? Just as a comparison, let me put this in proper context for you about who Zoe is and who this 13-year-old is. Zoe is 19. Zoe is the same age that most college freshmen and sophomores are. Zoe is 2 years away from being able to drink legally, but she is currently able to vote in this year's election, and she can drive a car. The child, the minor, the kid that she kissed and was romantically attracted to and tried to start a relationship with, he is 3 entire years away from being even considered to drive. Kids his age are either graduating middle school or in their freshman year of high school. By the time she is allowed to legally drink alcohol, he will be able to apply for a learner's permit for a vehicle and would need a certain amount of hours behind the wheel training with an adult before he can get his license. And apparently, Zoe wants to be that adult. While she is able to legally drink alcohol for the first time, she will be teaching him how to drive. That predatory dynamic, it really jumped out, and I hate it. Essentially, she is the female version of that creepy guy who hangs around in front of high schools and tries to hit on the freshman girls, even though he graduated years ago. Rumors started to go around about Zoe, saying that she had sexually groomed this male fan of hers when he was 13. However, there was no proof of this, just some speculation online, and seeing as the rumors seemed to be started by a hacker who hacked her ex-boyfriend who she was accusing of abuse, people took these rumors with a grain of salt or two. They thought maybe he's just salty, maybe it's not true, we don't have any facts or evidence. However, the rumor did grow big enough for her to have to address it, so she hopped on Instagram Live and said this. By the way, this clip is from the Deaf Noodles video of the situation because that man is a saint. Love him. Go subscribe.
The truth and tell you that I am 19 years old and I know better than to do anything with a 13-year-old minor. My fucking career is set on minor.
So you see here, she is literally saying she hasn't done a single thing. These are all lies. Nothing has happened. She hasn't put her lips close to any child who wouldn't be allowed in the casino. She never allowed her lips to graze a child who she could legally take guardianship over because she's an adult and he's a minor. She hasn't put her mouth anywhere, even slightly towards a person who wouldn't be able to get a job without a worker's permit. She states that wholeheartedly, and then she states she wouldn't do that, and that never happened. Please believe her. And if that was the only evidence that the hacker had, it'd be done. It'd be over. People would trust and believe her. Most people would be okay with that. People would have either had to take her word for it or just say, no, we don't believe you. But either way, there wouldn't be much else to talk about. But here's the thing. Zoe's a lying liar who likes to lie. Because videos of her kissing, putting her mouth on in a romantical way, this literal child, the person who wouldn't be able to go rent a home on his own because he's a kid, videos came out of her kissing this child on the mouth, showing that not only did this happen, but it happened on multiple different occasions. Which leads me to question her a lot. Like, Zoe, girl, if you are watching, you knew that someone had hacked your ex. You knew what your ex had access to. You knew what the hacker had access to. Did you, for some reason, believe that they had somehow missed a video of you kissing a child? Did you, for some reason, believe this wasn't going to come out even though you knew it existed and was in their possession? Or did you think, hey, I have 1 million TikTok followers and if I just say it's fake, nobody will care? Because if so, not only are you a liar, not only do you lie about really terrible things, but you are a stupid liar at that. Like, the 3 words I would use to describe you are stupid, lying, and predator. Because so far, in this situation, that is what you have proven yourself to be. But I don't know what I expected from the girl who got so upset that Charli D'Amelio was getting more TikTok followers than her that she full-on sobbed and said she deserved them more, like an entitled brat. I expected nothing and I'm still surprised. After it came out that yes, Zoe did in fact kiss a child, a literal child, on the mouth, she later went on to write this on Instagram. Hello. I know a lot of you are disappointed in me, and you have every right to be. Oh my god. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that. I'm so glad that you, an adult who kisses children romantically, are letting me, a normal adult, a normal person, seeing this, know that it's okay that I feel disgust towards you. Again, an adult who kisses children on the mouth romantically. It's so kind of you to give me that leeway. Like, that is so freaking condescending in this situation, truly. Not only did you kiss a minor, you lied about it. And you only admitted to it, you only admitted to any of this once a video came out showing that you lied. But you know what? Let's continue. Let's continue with this circus, shall we? I will address everything as soon as I get my Instagram back. I can't get into it due to my number being changed. I would like to say that I'm aware of what was leaked, but Connor, which is the name of the minor, just so you guys know, Connor was not raped, etc. Okay. Hey, hi, hello. It's me, Petty Bitch here to remind you that sexual contact, including kissing or any romantic gestures with a minor, still not okay. You don't need to have literal sex with them for it to be not okay, for it to be inappropriate, for it to be grooming. Her trying to say it wasn't that bad because at least we didn't do that. No. You, the predator, the groomer in this situation, you don't get to do that. What you did is wrong. It's gross. It's grooming. And the child who you put your lips on couldn't consent to your romantic contact, to your sexual contact. You don't get to add a caveat that says you didn't do anything more with him as if that makes it any better, because it doesn't. Connor and I kissed, yes. Never had a relationship, but we did catch feelings for each other after being so close. Which, side note, just from Shannon, I don't know why she even included that they weren't in a relationship, that they would just kiss sometimes, and she had feelings for him and he was a child who was being groomed by an adult and probably feels positively about it because she was fucking grooming him, being that she is an adult and he can't consent anyway to this romantic action. It's gross. It's disgusting. And the post continues, but it's all a bunch of nothing that tries to make it seem like she is both sorry, but also she didn't really do anything wrong because she just caught up and it's romantic and it doesn't matter that he's 13 and they know it's wrong but they can't help it, but she would never. It's a jumbled mess that honestly sounds like a slug wrote it. It sounds terrible. And because it was so obviously terrible and she clearly groomed a child, as we can see in the videos of her, people kept talking about this situation. But luckily for Zobo, she is not the only idiot in her family, because her mom, who is a firm supporter of the hashtag All Lives Matter movement, came to the internet to say this.
Somebody can reach over and kiss somebody. They're best friends, and this needs to stop, you guys. Why are you doing this?
First off, ma'am, stop yelling. This is a fucking Chili's. Second, why is your 19-year-old adult daughter friends with a 13-year-old? Why is she best friends with a 13-year-old? Having like maybe a friend of a friend who's 13 or knowing a 13-year-old and being friendly, that's one thing. But you're best friends with a whole ass child who is just starting high school when your daughter's an adult? That's weird. That's weird and creepy. Thirdly, why did you think going on live with your daughter while she is literally sobbing after people are finding out that she enjoys making out with minors, why did you think that was the move? What? Are you the type of mom that uses your daughter's fame for yourself? You seem incredibly fucking weird, especially now since you're trying to validate your daughter, an adult. You're trying to validate her grooming as if it's being okay because they were, quote, best friends, even though a 13-year-old can't consent to sexual contact. I shouldn't have to say that as often as I do. It's not okay. It's gross. It's weird. And there is literally nothing you can say or do otherwise, because it being gross, it being weird, those are simply facts. You cannot sidestep them. This entire thing is disgusting. It's disgusting. Zoe is a grown-ass, adult-ass woman who got close to a 13-year-old and took advantage of him. There are no ifs, ands, or buts about it. And for once on the internet, I am finally seeing people not make light of the situation simply because she is a woman. So many times when people report on things like this, when they report on women being caught grooming boys and women, grown adults, exploiting power dynamics, it's framed as hot and somehow okay because, well, a grown man thinks that lady's attractive. So all of these literal children must as well. Which, no, that's still not okay. Ready to Glare, the most beautiful person here on YouTube, and honestly the entire planet, has done so many videos about this phenomenon because the media will literally frame these pairings, these relationships, these grooming predatory things as hot and okay, and it's not. It's abuse, plain and simple. And if this was a male doing the same thing to a 13-year-old girl, you know there would be pitchforks, as very well there should be. Again, this entire thing is not okay. This child, this 13-year-old, he is too young to consent. He is too young to be a willing participant in this relationship, even if he says he is, with this literal adult. And It's ugh. It's just ugh, is all I can say. And I wish I didn't have to see this, but for some reason I had to, because oh my god, it just occurred to me that I subjected myself to this for YouTube, which I don't even rely on. So I hate myself. I truly do. Anyway, with that being said, I hope you guys do have a good day. Let me know what you think of this situation in the comments down below. Do you think it's grooming? Do you think it's not? You obviously know where I stand, and if you say it's not, I'm probably going to get grossed out. But with that being said, please go subscribe to Cringy, go check out her plushies, and go do something positive with your time, like me, because I'm going to probably spend the next 6 hours playing Minecraft and making tunnels. I hope you guys have a great day, and with that, I'm out of here. Later.